In this week's Centering Scriptures, I point out two different scriptures, one where Jesus is referred to as the Son of Man, and one where he's referred to as the Son of God. And when you ask people what that means, a lot of times people will say, well, it means that he was fully human and fully divine. Son of Man, fully human, Son of God, fully divine. And that's certainly the way that the ecumenical councils of the 4th century interpreted those titles. But I don't think that's what was meant historically. Let's look first at the title, Son of Man. So the Son of Man could mean that someone was human, but that phrase, Son of Man, was used synonymously with the title of Messiah. So the Hebrew word is Mashiach, and the Greek word is Christos, so Messiah and Christ. And those mean anointed one because the Messiah, the Christ, the Son of Man, was supposed to be a warrior king. An anointed one is a king. So a warrior king who would overthrow the powers that be. In Jesus' situation, that would have been the Romans, the powers that be, and reestablish a unified kingdom of Israel on this earth, which the Messiah would then rule. That was the hope. The Judeans were tired of being ruled by oppressors, by outsiders, and they wanted self-rule. And the Messiah was supposed to lead a violent revolt and make it happen. In fact, probably early on, some of Jesus' followers, when they confessed him to be the Messiah, the Son of Man, they were probably thinking that that's exactly what he was going to do. But as they listened to him teach, later on, either within his life or afterwards, they began to recognize that he was not talking about a violent revolution in which he would establish an earthly kingdom, but instead was talking about a non-violent revolution of the heart in which we made love of God and the peace that Jesus taught us tantamount to anything else. And that created the reign of God on earth. That's what it meant to confess that Jesus was the Son of Man, that he was the Messiah. And that certainly had political implications. But they didn't stop there. They also declared that Jesus was the Son of God. Now, a lot of Christians say that means that Jesus was divine, right? He was the second person of the Trinity. He's God's Son. But that is not what it meant in its historical context. So the Son of God was a title, and somebody already had that title, the Roman emperor. And if you need evidence of that, all you have to do is think about a Roman coin, one that Jesus references, where there is the head of Caesar on the coin that says Son of God. So Caesar was seen as the Son of God. And in fact, people were supposed to confess Caesar as a God, as the Son of God, the one through whom they knew God. But Jesus' followers were saying, no, it's not Caesar through whom we know God. It is Jesus through whom we know God. Jesus is the Son of God for us. Jesus is the one through whom we see truth, the one through whom we see God. And so you see, by confessing Jesus as the Messiah and the Son of God, Son of Man, Son of God, they were making political statements that put them at odds with the Roman Empire. And you can see how this kind of confession would have gotten Jesus and Jesus' followers into all sorts of trouble. They were proclaiming loyalty to the reign of God, a vision of the future in which God reigned and not any human being. They were professing that this was their desire instead of loyalty to the Roman Empire.